The Akali, descendants of the personal guard of the Sikh gurus, live in the region surrounding the holy city of Anandpur, in the heart of the Indian Punjab. Sikhism, a religion which combines the Hindu belief in reincarnation and the monotheism of Islam, was founded at the beginning of the 16th century by the poet and mystic Guru Nanak. The Akali are semi-nomadic horsemen, whose way of life has not changed in the last 400 years. Dressed in blue and wearing distinctively tall turbans, these former warriors travel throughout the Punjab on horseback and live in camps around Sikh temples known as gurdwaras. Teacher Balva Singh rides ahead of his pupils. Cap Singh is 10 years old. Kulvinder Singh is 14. And Karanveer Singh, 15. The group is heading towards the Gurdwara of Patiala. The farm close to the temple offers food and lodging to travellers making their way to the Chamkaur Equestrian Festival, the region's largest Akali gathering. Baldwaz Singh is the children's guru, responsible for their general education. Under his guidance, these young boys are preparing to become fully fledged Akali horsemen. Like the other children, Karanveer was placed in the guru's charge by his parents.
Keep a tight hold on him. Scrape it well. He's covered in dust, so rub him down well. He's all dusty. Then you must give his mane and tail a good brushing.
The children's daily riding session takes place on the communal sports ground adjoining the farm. All horses here are community-owned and available for anyone to ride. It takes 25 years to train an Akali horseman. He must be able to stand upright on the back of a galloping horse, recite the holy scriptures by heart, handle his weapons like a master, and take part in the ceremonial processions.
We're going to do some practice with the targets. You must line up with the target and head directly towards it, in perfect harmony with your horse. When you're about 10 meters from the target, you must lean down towards it. Maintain a steady pace and watch that you don't lose your balance and fall. Take careful aim and be sure to jab your lance well into the target. We're going to repeat the exercise a few times. Line up your lance and then jab it in.
Karanveer Singh is the senior student and the oldest of the boys. He's an excellent bareback rider and really knows how to put a horse through its paces. Baldva is well aware of his talents and is preparing him to go out on his own in 2 or 3 years' time. The forthcoming Chamkaur festival will be Karanveer's first important tryout. At mealtimes, silence is the golden rule. Then Baldva Singh speaks to the children.
We must get ready to leave for Chamkaur, our holy city. There'll be many Akalis at the festival, including our chief guru, Baba Santa Singh. We'll be sleeping in the Gurdwara of our ancestors. During our stay, you'll be expected to pray, obey the rules, and live in harmony with the other groups.
Will we be able to ride horses?
You're all still too young to take part in the actual contests. You'll be watching.
Whenever the Guru speaks, he ends with the words,
We are all God's servants. In God's name, our victory.
Before leaving for Chamkaur, there are a number of tasks to be carried out. The farm's daily delivery of sorghum has to be cut up and then fed to the horses. The Punjabi word for horse is gola, the name that identifies the local breed. Said to be descended from Persians, golas are easily recognized by their curved ears. They're a good 16 hands in height and are capable of high bursts of speed over long distances. Their powerful hindquarters enable them to take off at speed.
We are all God's servants. In God's name, our victory.
The daily lessons are about to begin, but the children must first ritually cleanse their bodies. An Akali has to rise early, wash, remove his turban, and conscientiously comb his hair, and if old enough to have one, his beard. After saying his prayers, he's ready to pay tribute to the Guru.
To protect his head, an Akali wears 2 turbans. He must remove and replace his turbans twice a day and thoroughly comb his hair, which must never be cut. Hair from the comb must never be allowed to fall on the ground. Any stray hairs must be collected and placed in a pocket.
Each child observes the master and imitates his every gesture. The kanda on the turban signifies that the wearer is an Akali. It's said that God created the kanda before creating the world. The Guru's insignia is studded with precious stones, a sign of his status.
We are all God's servants. In God's name, our victory.
The children's education continues with the Badada, or class under an ancient banyan tree. Today's lesson is on the 5 things that identify an Akali.
What are the 5 distinguishing features of an Akali?
His comb, bracelet, dagger, and close-fitting breeches, and his uncut hair and beard.
He must be a good rider and able to stand upright on the horse's back.
We wear 2 turbans. Why?
The turbans protect the head from the blows of a sword. The sword is used to cut off the enemy's head.
Baldva passes Cap Singh a copy of the Holy Scriptures and has him to read from it. It's a verse that praises both rider and horse.
हुक्म अंदर सबको बाहर ना कोई नानक हुक्म जे बुझैदा हूं मैं कहना कोई गावा को ताण होवा किसा ताण गावा को दात जाने निशान ये तन मैं हुन दिना शस्त्र आप दे खाड़े लो तनु भेंट करदे आ ये तू लेना है उठ के खड़ा हो
Karanveer Singh has reached the age that entitles him to receive the short dagger from his master. Indeed, a true Akali must be highly skilled in riding and using the dagger.
ठीक है ना हाँ ठीक है बैठ जा शाबाश ठीक है बैठ जा ते घोड़े दा तन पता ना हुन
By next year, you must be good enough to confront the very best horsemen. This year, you and the others will do as best you can. If you observe well, you will progress. And now we're going to do some training with the sword.
When the day's lessons come to an end, Baldva Singh gives the children a well-earned break. In front of the Gurdwara, they admire the older men proudly displaying their sword-handling talents to the crowd. Karanveer Singh stays behind to work with his master. Before leaving for a festival, it's customary to pay tribute to the horses. Incense is burned and prayers recited in a ritual of purification.
Guru is truth and all things are in the Guru's hands.
Intoned in honor of the true Guru, this mantra is also intended for the horses, which play an essential role in Akali life. Through town and open country, the Guru and his group make their way to Chamkaur, some 25 miles from Patiala.
We are all God's servants. In God's name, our victory.
Akali come together throughout the year to participate in horse races and tournaments. Wherever they go, Akali work as private teachers, passing on their knowledge of the equestrian arts and their almost mystical relationship with the horse, thus perpetuating the traditions of the Sikh warrior horsemen. The annual Dussehra festival, held here in Chamkaur and throughout India, commemorates the death of Ravana and the triumph of good over evil. Hundreds of horsemen are expected at the campsite, where they'll eat, make music, and pray together. In the heart of the Gurdwara, Baldwar and the children read verses from the Holy Scripture, the Adi Granth.
दिन रहन अपना किया भाई केस दोष ना दीजे करत भवाई सोन साजन संत जान भाई चरण शरण नानक पाई राग सुई महला पंजमा करवाला सुई महला पंजमा तिस बिन दूजा अब पंजमा जब कुछ ना सियो तब किया करता अवर कवन कर्म कार्य आया अपना खेर आप घर देखे ठाकुर रचन रचाया मेरे
The men have prepared huge cauldrons of bhang, a strong ceremonial drink made from ganja leaves, and distributed among the horsemen and their horses, as in the bygone days of war. To the beat of a drum, the men in blue converge to await their leader. The chief guru leaves the Gurdwara and processes through the town towards the stadium, followed by the Akali. Down through the generations, Akali have been coming to the great Punjabi festivals to ride their gaily decorated golas before enthusiastic onlookers. The cortege arrives at the stadium where an excited crowd has gathered. As soon as the leading gurus have taken their places, the festivities begin with a martial arts contest. Fascinated, Kulvinder and Karanveer watch every detail and even try to join in. The long-awaited lance-throwing contest gets underway, and one by one, the riders charge towards the targets at breakneck speed. Both Karanveer and Kulvinder miss their targets. Nonetheless, they are thrilled to ride in front of the huge crowd. The next morning, Karanveer Singh, Kulvinder Singh and Kap Singh return to their nomadic lifestyle, moving from one Gurdwara to the next. In 12 months' time, they'll return to Chamkaur for another festival, always an important event in the Sikh calendar.
We are all God's servants, in God's name our victory.